Hi guys. Alright guys, so I am getting ready for, is this moving? I'm getting ready for a mixer slash what's the thing called? So I'm getting ready for a mixer slash vision board thing. I don't want to say party. It's not really a party. It's more of a mixer. And I am doing my makeup. Because I want to look halfway like somebody. Take my scarf off. Y'all, it is cold. But yeah, this is the last Sunday of 2020. And by the end of next week will be 2021. So this is my makeup. Focus. And of course my hair is still done. So this is the look. Okay.
I want y'all to be very interactive. This is the main part of this event for me. I feel like we all need to discuss it. I want everybody to open your minds, open your hearts, and just be open. Everyone in this room should be comfortable with everyone. I don't want no judgment, no walking out of the room and talking about nobody, none of that. This is completely open, free spirit, all of us sharing. And I'm not a speaker. I'm talking with y'all, not to y'all, okay? So I just want us all to talk. We're going to start with Miss Ashley in the blue. She is a finance manager at SunTrust Bank.
No, Bank of America.
Bank of America, I'm sorry, Bank of America. She has a lot of knowledge as far as like, you know, budgeting, credit, just financial responsibility altogether. So I want her to kind of open the conversation with finances, and then we'll work our way down, all right?
Let's welcome Miss Ashley. Hi, everybody. I'm a social butterfly, so I know I'm talking to a lot of y'all already today. What I can start by saying is I know a lot of people mention housing and being in the house, and that's what their goal is for 2021. I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory, just a little bit of my life. So with the housing, I'll start with that, because I know that's a lot, a goal for a lot of people. So let's just go back. So I have an 8-year-old son. During that time, he was probably like 1 or 2. And just give you a little bit background, a little bit deeper. My son's father went to prison when he was 8 years old. So I'm a single mom. I got an 8-month-old. At that time it was 8-month-old. And when renting, you're moving from, you stay in this place and you think it's nice, but then the next year they're like, okay, we're gonna go up $200 or $300. You're like, this ain't worth that. So it got to a point where at that time I was in banking, but before a lot of stuff happened, transpired, I was very comfortable in life. Like I was just like, oh, this is when I was just a banker. I was just like, oh, I'm just a banker. And at that time I was at Wells Fargo. I was just like, I didn't have any aspirations. Like I didn't think of my life going any further. It wasn't until the things transpired with my son's father that made me like, it's like God uprooted me and was just like, this is I'm about to move you. I'm about to, push you into some things you might think that you're not prepared for. I'm about to do that. And, during this time, I had a lot of friends. By this time, I'm probably like 20. I had a lot of friends who were in school and college. I had a son. So I'm in a career field. I'm like, I got to make more money. I got to do these things. And then, eventually I wound up becoming an assistant manager at Wells Fargo. And I was just like, this not it. I got to do better. I want better, And God so happily put me at Bank of America. And I went to Bank of America originally as an assistant manager. And I remember when I went there, and during this time, I had went home for 2 months with my mom, and I will never forget this. And I went home for 2 months because I didn't know where I was going to be placed at. And then I wound up getting this apartment, y'all, and I would never forget this. I was like, this is not the environment I want to stay in. I'm looking like, I don't want people to come to this apartment. Like, and this is like when I was like probably 21, 22, and 21. And I remember praying. I said, God, within this year, I'm going to humble myself and I'm going to stay in this apartment. I'm going to pay this low rent. I'm going to save. And within this year, God, you're going to bless me. I'm going to become a manager of the banking center. I'm going to have that house. And I remember when that year was coming upon the end, and I remember a position came open during that time within Bank of America. Because once that shows satisfied on your credit, you go into a new beginning. And I can honestly say this was the first time where I actually monitored, my baker did, when we monitor somebody and I seen her life change within 60 days. I'm talking about somebody who walked into the bank with barely a 500, within 2 months she's at a 600 and something. Not because she's signing on to somebody else's credit card, not because she's doing anything, because she called them creditors and say, hey, what can we settle on? What would you accept? I understand I owe you 500, you'll take 200 and you'll wipe my slate clean? Oh, okay, we'll do that. People don't understand. You doing simple stuff like that would dramatically raise your credit score fast. Do you still have that negative inquiry? Yes. But going to the bank with a negative inquiry showing satisfied and a negative inquiry showing just unpaid, that looks totally different. Yes. And it does change your credit score. I know that it's a lot of things out there and people want you to get your credit up quick. I understand that those things are out there for you, and I'm not bashing anybody's careers. But I want to tell y'all the right thing to do. And this is me sitting here at now 29 and have a 800 credit score. Because I'm learning what was bad and what was good and what not to do and what to do. And I see what people are doing today, and I know how that can affect you long term. Now, if you have something on your credit report and it's about 6 years, it is going to fall off next year. I'm gonna be honest with you. So what I'm saying is, you wanna look at your credit report? Yeah. So if you wanna, some people.
And I am the author of the best-selling book, Tasty Vegan, and the 21-day CMOS Challenge. Amen, amen. God, I'm here to tell you guys, health is wealth. You know, look at what happened this year. Okay, as we rewind the whole year, so many people died this year. We are so blessed to be alive right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you happen to come down with COVID, or everybody knows somebody who got COVID this year. But, you know, it makes you look at where your health is, okay? All right, so with that being said, I am a follower of Dr. Sebi. Anybody heard of Dr. Sebi? Yes. So I'm also an herbalist as well, okay? So I believe only in the power of herbs and what nature can heal you. Don't let anybody ever tell you that there is no cure, okay? There is a cure for everything, and it is found in nature. Even with this COVID going on, I'm here to tell you guys, there is a cure, okay? But the thing is, doctors don't study herbs, right?
Right.
They study medicine, synthetic medicine. And I can talk about this because I'm a nurse as well, okay? I worked in the hospital for 10 years, all right? Passing pills to people that didn't work, okay? All right? And then God switched me over to the other side. Now I help people get over sicknesses and diseases, guys. And I'm telling you, me and my husband, we work together. We have helped heal so many people of lupus, okay? Cancer, okay? Whatever disease, because the foundation.
I have a girlfriend, and she was going through like a real deal of depression. And I kept asking her like, why do you feel like this? You know, like what's making you so anxious about, you know, like she couldn't decide where she wanted to go in life, and if she wanted to own a business, if she wanted to have a job. And she was like, you know, in 2020, 2021, everybody's like owning businesses and everybody's stepping out on their own, and that goes back to that pressure from seeing everybody. And I asked Tisha because I literally watched her master both. You don't have to quit your job. You can master your career in a corporate field. You can start your own business. Neither is wrong. And that's what I had to tell my friends. So I felt like that was important for us as a group of ladies to kind of dig in on that topic. So she's going to start it.
Hello everyone, my name is Tisha. I am a sales and marketing director at a local business, and I also own a thriving and growing catering business. I'm also a private chef as well. Like Shamari was saying, you can be a boss, you can be an entrepreneur, and you can still work your full-time job. It does get difficult, it is hard initially starting off. There are days that I'm just like, okay, should I quit one? Should I quit? What should I do? I would say time management is so important. Managing someone else's business, especially with what I do as a marketing director, I'm responsible for their business and the success of it. I've also been able to take the skills and the tools that I've learned in my role and apply it to my business as well. So I'm here to just encourage you guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Just encourage you guys, if you are working a full-time job, that's okay. It's still deemed as success. like Shamari and everyone has said, you know, we get so caught up with what we see on social media, thinking everybody has to be a boss. You're not deemed a boss unless you have your own business or you're just, you know, doing that solely. It's okay to still work and provide and be on God's time and your own time. So I just encourage all of you ladies, if you are still working your 9 to 5, your full-time job, start a business. Step out on faith. Write those goals down. Manifest them. There's nothing wrong with it. And I just want to encourage you all again just to do both.
Yeah. Or one or the other.
Or one or the other. If you are solely, you know, if you're solely an entrepreneur, there's nothing wrong with that as well. But just know that you're on your time and on God's time. Yeah. So again, just going back to social media, what we see is like, oh, I'm a boss woman, I'm this and I'm that because I own XYZ, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
No.
That's the name.
No.
That's the name.
Yeah.
That's the name.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. It's nothing wrong with any of that. But again, don't feel like you're not worthy or you're not where you're supposed to be because you're still working to provide for your family. Thank you.
2021, we have to forgive. Y'all, the Bible said forgive, but you ain't going nowhere. Okay. So I wanted Armelia to talk because not only is she like an inspirational person, I personally got chills from. I don't even want to tell y'all because I'm gonna let her tell y'all. It's more powerful coming from her, but I just feel like she's a great example of loving, forgiveness, empowerment. I have never heard this girl say a negative thing. I have watched one of her employees do her wrong, like me standing there, and she was just like, you know what? It'll be all right. She's such a positive person. So I think that I couldn't have done better. I don't pick people who are professional speakers, and I'm a minister, and nothing wrong with that. I want you to have a real deal spill on a real person who hasn't practiced it, who lived it. So, welcome, Armelia.
Hi ladies, so my name is Armelia. My brand name is Teflon Doll.
Yes.
Teflon means being able to withstand attack and criticism with no apparent effect, okay? And a doll because I'm beautiful, so that was just my Instagram name when I first, started my Instagram about 8 years ago, and it just stuck. I had that name before, I even owned the business, but it just stuck, and I just stuck with it. It's me. And so love is such a broad spectrum when it comes to love, but I want to give it to you guys as it relates to accomplishing your goals and doing everything that God has for you to do in 2021. So with love, it's a lot. We have our friends, we have our boyfriends, we have everything, but the root of love is self-love, okay? If you love yourself and you are whole within yourself, you can do anything. You can't love anyone or anything if you don't love yourself. And I know it sounds so cliche, but if you really sit and think about it like this. You love yourself and you stay away from people who don't love their self. Because if they show you that they don't love their self, how are they going to treat you? You know what I mean? Yeah. So self-love, it will always save you. When I first started, a little background on me, I have 5 beautiful daughters and I do nails. I know a lot of familiar faces in the room. And so I do nails. I've been doing nails for 6 years. I've had my business, Teflon's Dollhouse, which is actually Salon Suites. I've had my business for 3 years, and I set it up to where, I get paid every weekend. If I do not one fingernail, I still get paid. And that has been such a blessing to me. I've been a sole proprietor for, 6 years, just working for myself. It hasn't always been easy, but, we do it, we get through, and we keep going. So now it's that the way, if I don't touch it, I still get paid, and that's how you want to think of. So now, after I have a 3-month-old, I'm getting back into the salon environment, but I'm here to do wigs and frontals installs. So I've perfected that craft, now I'm moving on. But, I was in a relationship when I first started my business, and it was rough. Nothing is perfect, but I thank God for it, because had I not experienced that, I wouldn't know how to love the person I'm with now, or how to persevere no matter what. You can't let your personal life spill into your business or accomplishing your goals. You have to stick to the plan, no matter what. I can't look at my babies and say, I'm sad today. Black women, we function in depression. We're never allowed to give up, never. So you just have to pull it together and keep going. And with love comes vulnerability. When you truly love somebody, you are open and you are vulnerable to whatever they have to dish out. But if you love yourself, it does not matter what they do. It does not matter if they don't reciprocate the same level of love that you give them. If you love yourself, you're going to be able to keep going. You know what I mean? Whether they pay those bills or not, guess what? I stay focused so I can pay my bills. If they cheat on you, somebody cheating on you does not make you less of a bad woman. You know what I'm saying? If you love yourself, you'll know, okay, that don't have nothing to do with me, because I'm a parent. So just self-love, it's going to save you in every situation. Self-love, just really digest that and understand. When you love yourself, it's okay. Some things might hurt, but it's okay. So, I went through a relationship, and that's when I first, bought my business and came into my business. And as far as like the building and stuff like that. And it was hard, and I got through because I love myself. So that's what I try to tell people and try to minister to them. And I did it, and now I'm here. I'm in a relationship now. I'm happy, but my business is okay because I kept going and I love myself and I stick to my plan. You always have to have a life outside of love and relationships. You gotta find a balance. It's easier said than done, but you have to find a balance, especially with your children and everything. And forgiveness. Everybody knows, or I will hope you guys know, you don't forgive for nobody. You don't forgive for nobody. That's for you. It's personal. It's personal, and you take that personal. Because when you forgive, you free yourself. You give situations no power over you. The world is yours when you wake up. When you sleep, you don't know what's going on. You don't even care because you sleep. But when you wake up, it's yours. And then you're able to do whatever you have to do. But when you don't forgive, you are stuck and you are stagnant and you can't move forward. And you have to in order to accomplish your goals and keep going and keep working. So that's what I have to give y'all for love.